Hello, sports fans. This is George with Custom Tied Flies and Guide Service. Today we are going to be tying the Hansy hopper, and here's the recipe for the Hansy hopper. And this is what it looks like when it's done. I tie this on a Mustad 9672, number 6 and number 8. Of course, any 3x long, 2x strong hook will fill the bill. Using Danville Flymaster 140 denier thread in tan. Before I got started here, I used my ruler like this. I'm not exactly sure what kind of says sewing and knitting gauge on it. I'm fairly certain I stole that from my mother years ago to measure this gap here to make sure that I got my foam the right width. So you want to make sure that you want to tie your foam in about one foam width behind eye. And you see how I did that there? I said it's plain chocolate's loco foam in a pearl tan, and I set the foam kind of on the side of the hook and then let the thread torque spin it up into place. And start my segmented body. And I want to get that foam down around the bend of the hook a little bit, and then start bringing the foam and the thread forward. So I bring it up 3 segments, and then that's where I put in my rear legs. I'm using copper colored, they're very fine rubber legs. So you take one strand, fold it in half, and tie a half hitch, or an overhand knot rather, in one end. So it looks like that. And then go to the other end, which is a loop. And you just kind of trim them down so they match up. you want to get these on here so that the feet are kind of pointing down. Use a pinch wrap. Kind of maneuver your legs around, pull on them a little bit to get them just so. Give them a couple of snug wraps, and then trim off these tags. And then keep bringing your foam forward. Bring your thread all the way up behind the eye. Lash your foam down. I like to put a couple of wraps right up behind the eye after I lash my foam down. It kind of helps secure it a little better. Then next is your poly wing. This is what I'm using is a hairline product, but there's a lot of other poly type wings out there. Just use whatever you're comfortable using. Fold it over your thread. Get it in place. And we're going to brush that out in a minute, but don't try to brush it out now because it'll pull out on you. Excuse me. This ice dubbing is Hen's Spectra dubbing. I want that to kind of be a little fuller than just covering the foam, although covering the foam is kind of the point to that. So just I'm using a boar brush to comb those fibers out. Fold my foam back. Trim that off. And now I'm going to put my front legs in. For my front legs, I take one strand of this that I'm using for the legs, and I fold it in half, trim it, and fold it in half again. And I just need one of these, so this will give you enough to do 4 flies with the front legs. Lay that on there. Take a couple of loose wraps so you can kind of get that leg where you want it. And then bring the other leg over. Kind of move that around where you want it. Make sure you get the length you want. Then take a couple tight wraps and then a hand whip. I like using 5 turns on the hand whip, but I mean, you can use more or less. It's your fly, do what you want. And there, you got your little legs going on there. And I put head cement where those legs are on both ends, front and the back. And then kind of roll it over. And there you have it. CT version of the Hansy hopper. Nice little hopper pattern. It's pretty effective. I use it in my ponds down here in southern coastal North Carolina. Pop it in my ponds there along the grass bank, and the bass really love them. I'm looking forward to taking them home to PA with me here pretty soon to chase smallmouth bass with them. Excuse me. If you like what you see here, you want to see more, just like and subscribe to this my YouTube channel. Excuse me. You can find the Custom Tied Virtual Fly Shop on Facebook at Custom Tire 01, and you can find my website at www.custom-tied.com. It's CUSTOM-TIED.com. Have a splash. Don't forget the dash. So I hope you enjoy tying this as much as I enjoyed showing it to you. And tight lines and screaming reels, man. Happy tying.